actually like dig right into it because you and I are like pretty much best friends. So I want to touch on this question right away because I feel like a lot of people get this question. So can men and women be platonic friends? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Well, the question I pose to you is like, how do you know when you can trust somebody? And I think, uh, and I would like to hear your thoughts on that. Like, how do you know when you can trust somebody?
You know what? That's a valid question. And I tell you this all the time, and you know this. Really, when it comes to your love and your care and your respect for another person, that's when, and the thing is, you have to know your intentions, right? So to me, I communicate my intentions to you all the time because I never want there to be a discrepancy. I never want, you to ever feel like you can't trust me in that respect, right? So I think first as a person, when you're in a friendship, you have to know what your intentions are with that person. And you have to constantly communicate that and constantly ensure that they are not in a position for those intentions to be questioned, right? So that's something that I would say, because I'm always constantly telling you, like, hey, like you have, a new lady, like I want you to understand that this is like something that is going to be respected. So you have to know your intentions and communicate that to someone all the time. Like there should be no question. There's a, Rev Run, right? He did a show back in the day. And I think it was like Run's House is what it was called or something like that.
That's right.
But he had said something that was just like remarkable. He said, if I see, and I'm not saying that it has to go to this extent, but he said, if I see a pretty lady in the elevator, right, and like, stuff fall out, you're looking good, looking nice, I'm going to get off the elevator, wait for the next one, right? Because I don't ever want to be put in a position to be seen as, someone not trustworthy to my spouse, to my partner, right? I also heard one of our field leaders in our business, they said, when we do field training with because we do field training, meaning we go in a car and we go to someone's house. We don't have to do that anymore because of Zoom. But back in the day, he talked about how he would never be in a car alone with another woman because he never wanted to be perceived of him doing anything. He's not a bad guy, but his perception plays a factor. So I think intentions and perception really have to be, in line. Now you pose that to me. Answer my question about the platonic friends, right? Answer that for me.
Y'all see that redirect, right? Which McCon just took that, threw it right back at her. I'm like, me coming on here asking me questions.
Go ahead, answer my question.
You know that you can trust someone when your interests are in alignment. Yeah. One of the things that Theodora has mentioned, she said that she's always just reassuring me who she is to me as I do to her. And I think one thing that is very funny is because we're very good friends, there are situations where I have explained to her my relationships with other people, and she actually pointed out, no, that person actually wants something more from you. I'm like, really? I had no idea. Because my intentions are not that way. Like I'm genuinely trying to just help people and just trying to, make sure that, everybody is good. And it's helpful to have good, positive people around you that are in alignment with you and know respect your boundaries, respect your expectations of what you have for them, as well as respecting the situations that you find yourself in. Like if you're in a new relationship, if somebody who is your male friend or a female friend, if they don't respect that boundary, that's very telling of who they are as a person to you. Exactly. Because you can be, to your friends and even to my significant other, I got to be straight